good enough.
Well, we are here for the fourth match of the day, and normally this would be the last one, but today we're in for a little treat. So after this match, we've got a fifth and final All-Star match. We've been talking about it all weekend long, but before that, pretty meaningful one here. Las Vegas Ramblers, Southern Exposure. Las Vegas Ramblers, while it doesn't really impact them and their journey through the rest of this regular season, Southern Exposure needs this win bad.
Yeah, this is a big one for the black and pink right now. I mean, this is a very important match. If they're able to pull off the upset over the Ramblers, that'll really help their cause going into the playoff weekend.
Yeah, when we look at what's kind of what's on the line, Utah Stingers in the American Central Division, they've secured their bid for weekend 6. Ramblers came into the weekend with theirs already secured, so now we're looking at the Matadors, Exposure, Kraken, and Tornadoes kind of fighting for that. 4 wins is really that magic number in most scenarios that's going to punch your ticket.
Plus the head-to-head probably a little bit too.
Yeah, so it's really just the way it breaks down is first off we look at the overall match record, then set count, and then it's going to go to points. So tomorrow is really the day where we're going to start crunching some numbers because these bottom 4 teams on that side, they're all after it. But even a loss today for the Kraken didn't knock them out. But right here, if this match goes the way the book says it should, Exposure will take the loss, and that means tomorrow when they're head-to-head against the Matadors, whoever wins that match will guaranteed make it to event number 6.
Interesting.
Yeah,
very interesting.
And now, on the flip side, that means that Kraken Tornadoes match, if the Tornadoes win, they automatically get their bid. But if Kraken wins, that's going to create a 3-way tie for at a record of 3 and 7 for those 3 teams. So now we start doing tiebreakers and all that fancy stuff.
That just goes to show how much parity there is here in the NVA. And, it's exciting stuff. Exactly as the season should come down to the very last match that teams are playing to determine whether or not they move on to the quarterfinal matchups in just a few weeks.
It's really the case. And, when we set up the league, you're always hoping that things are balanced, guys are playing well, and that no one comes to event 5 and, they're all but done. And for the most part, we avoided that. Everything was meaningful. And unfortunately for Chicago Untouchables against that first matchup against the Tyrants, it didn't quite go Chicago's way. And so more or less made their weekend here. They were the bookends. They were the first match of the weekend and the last match of the weekend. Yeah. So their weekend's kind of inconsequential. But their destiny was still in their hands. Yeah. If they were able to take out that, a little bit depleted Texas Tyrants team and then take down LA Blaze that's been riding the roller coaster, they could have put themselves into the, they had control.
Well, shoulda, woulda, coulda, as they say.
Yeah.
I mean, and it doesn't come down to the last 2 matches of the season for them. They had a good run at a couple of serious good looks of wins that they couldn't close out earlier in the season.
Yeah, it really is a season-long thing. That's what's been awesome this season. We've, prepped out over the 5 events, so just way more opportunities for the teams to kind of earn those positions. But we'll talk a little bit more about that after this. But up next, we've got our sideline man, Noah Chast, talking with Coach Miguel Monterola from the Las Vegas Ramblers. Take it away, gentlemen.
Thanks, Nick. Coach Miguel. And, Coach, your Ramblers, I mean, not a lot on the line for playoffs for you, but a lot on the line for the Southern Exposure. How do you handle probably the tenacity that this team's going to come out with?
One of the biggest things is that we still want to be able to continue to build upon what we want to accomplish at the end of the season. So, even though we're pretty much in the clear, we want to continue to build that chemistry. So my starters are still the guys playing. We'll get a chance to play some of the guys that haven't played throughout the season. But we want to be able to continue that chemistry that got us to where we're at right now.
And we have this first ever All-Star game right after this, which you're coaching. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Is there any roster management or decision-making based on that All-Star game that's coming up?
I got the pleasure to coach Felix in the past, so I'm a little familiar with him. So luckily for me, I get to have him in my squad. And I think that there's a little bit of familiarity with him, some of the guys that are not in the team and some of the guys that I coached in the past. So, looking forward to the All-Star match. I don't think that there will be too much of a surprise if some of the guys are going to be on the floor, but we're looking forward to that match.
And are any of the Ramblers in this match, going to be taking time off because of this All-Star event, or is business as usual for this match?
Business as usual, for sure, yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I appreciate it, Coach. Best of luck. Coach
so
Miguel with the Ramblers.
Thank you so much.
Nick and Matt, I'll send it back to you guys.
Well, it's good to hear, and it's funny. I brought the owner, Vinny, and I brought Miguel on to run the team. So it's always, I never know so that I could take a step back. So he's like, yeah, we're going with the starters. Like, All right, perfect plan. Love to hear it, finding out here along with everyone else. Yeah. And that's kind of been the joke, though, for the Ramblers. We always, when we're doing our predictions, we talk about, does this team have their starters? Do they have their starters? I run the Ramblers. I don't know who our starting lineup is right now. So when everyone kind of make those statements, I'm like, oh, do you know who that is? Because I personally have, and I think you're kind of in the same spot, right? Once you get that full squad, when you've got to make a decision between Hilling and Jarvis and Corey Chavers and Jair Santiago on the right, it's like, man, you got weapons.
Well, it's a little bit different for me because I'm the coach.
Sure.
You are,
right
in the background.
Sure.
So you might not know who Miguel's going to start, but for me, I'm the one that has to make those decisions.
Exactly. But
so
that's what I'm saying. I just don't know
different.
who it is. So I'm just like, my whole goal, give him the tools and let him go to town. But, we'll see exactly what he plans to kind of go for this match. Now, when we look over at Southern Exposure, noticeably missing is Coach Tony Glester and O.J. Catalan. So we've seen David Specian as well as Derek Sullivan, their two setters, kind of running the show as the floor captain and also kind of just the brains behind the operation.
Yeah, and I mean, they have the weapons, too, that, to push the Ramblers. I don't know if they have enough tools and weapons to maybe get the victory. I think they could in this, a perfect situation, a little bit of luck and maybe a couple other, kind of some voodoo magic here and there. But, they do have to play basically an errorless perfect match to get this victory. The Ramblers just have so many weapons, like you say. I mean, you say you don't know who's going to start. Well, that's because you guys are deep.
Yeah.
The Ramblers are very deep. Rattray, Kanigi, Mather, Schickling, Manugian, all these guys that, you're just a solid group that enjoys playing together. You can see the chemistry is really good for your group.
Yep.
And, for Exposure, it's going to be an uphill battle for sure. But, hey, it's always a good time for an upset, right?
Hey, you got to. We look across, and there's plenty of all-stars on this squad as well. You're going to have Derek Sullivan that's playing in the match after this. Barring that, we've heard he might have an ankle injury, twisted it yesterday prior doing some warm-ups. So he's all taped up. I think he's going to go ahead and get the start. But David Specian, who was the setter early on in the season, might have to come in. So that'll be interesting for the implications here, but also for the all-star match where Hubbard Neal will join Sullivan, as well as Uchenna Ofoha. But you talk about ways to really find ways to be competitive with this Rambler squad. We always talk about the Exposure middles. Heck of a squad they've got there between McDonough, Uchenna, Tim Lurich, as well as Langston Payne. Just so much experience there. So if their outsides can keep them in system and passing well, they're definitely in a position that they are not out of this by any stretch of the imagination. Keeping an eye, we noticed that Chad Mercado still absent here. I assume still kind of, he's strained. I believe it was, I don't remember exactly, maybe it was quad and his hamstring during event number 3. And so it was kind of, the goal was to rest him until playoffs if they could get there. But we see Jacob Cecil here today. Tim Lurich has been playing right side as well. So not really sure yet who's going to go ahead and get the start between those two on the right side.
Yep.
But they got some tricks up their sleeve, I'm sure. Johnny Gomez, of course, wearing the cotton candy pink. Been a fantastic libero for them. They're going to rely on his experience. Looking out real quick at the lineup. So on the side of Southern Exposure, the outside, Eddie Mushiki and Tyler Hubbard-Neal. In the middle, you're going to have, that's going to be Uchenna Ofoha's Langston Payne. On the right side, Tim Lurich gets the start. Derek Sullivan has hands. Johnny Gomez in the baby pink. On the side of the Ramblers, John Carlson and Brandon Rattray on the outside. Ryan Mather getting the start on the right. Keegan taking the hands. Matt Kanigi and Josh Duarte in the middle. So pretty much the same squad as yesterday, except for Ryan Mather gets the start over Joel Auerkamp. And of course, Ryan Manugian getting the start here at libero. Every single guy on the court except for John Carlson and Josh Duarte is considered an all-star for the next match after this. So plenty of firepower on the court here. Excited to see this one get underway. We mentioned it before, implications are definitely felt more for Exposure than they are for the Ramblers, but Ramblers are not looking to give anybody any breathing room here. They want to come out and continue riding that 6-game win streak high and see if they can just keep carrying that on to event number 6. John Carlson's going to be the first server here as we're getting ready to go. Gomez is the target. Backside to Lurich for the first swing, and he is able to score that one effectively. Southern Exposure on the board first. Payne not getting the hand connection on the ball there. He missed that one pretty bad.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a miss there. First serve of the match for Langston Payne. Unfortunately for Southern Exposure, that error brings us even at 1-1 here in first set. So very early. Very, very early still. Long way to go.
Nice pass by Hubbard Neal. Mashikian, big swing, finds Rattray on the cross court. This is something that the Exposure road success to the semifinals last year was, great passing from their outsides, as well as a lot of energy on the team. They win through the middle, but they've got to, prolong rallies and get themselves a chance to play out the point. And Sullivan likes running his middles in transition, which I'm always such a huge fan of, and I know you are as well.
Certainly, I think a big part of strategy in volleyball is establishing the middle connection to hold up the opponent's block and defense a little bit. But obviously, as a former middle blocker, I like to see the teams establishing those middles early and often.
Lurich is the option again, but a block touch slows him down. And Rattray gets stuffed by Derek Sullivan, number 15. For those that don't know, Sullivan is the head coach of Belmont Abbey. So there's nothing like coaching your athletes year-round, then you come out and show them how to do it firsthand. Hard to argue with him as a coach when he can still do it himself. Now there goes for a tip over the top. One-handed pickup from Lurich. And Hubbard Neal swinging away. Ofoha takes a rip, and Duarte not able to handle the heat. Exposure's bringing the fire right now.
Yeah, really great start by Southern Exposure for sure. I see a big mismatch advantage for them as having Ofoha going against Josh Duarte through the middle. And we'll see if they can continue to do that. However, the transition scoring that time really paying off for them as well.
Mushikian to float, targeting Rattray, but doesn't find any success. Josh Duarte taking it back to Uchenna Ofoha. Rattray back at it. Just long, finds the blue line. He was definitely feeling his serves yesterday. See if we can get back in that groove. One of those guys that the Ramblers are fine giving him the green light. Tight ball to Mather. Mather swings hard angle.
No, Nick, right now, not the greatest start for the Las Vegas Ramblers. What do you think?
I totally agree. It comes down to serve and pass. There's a lot of intention right now. Even though there was 2 missed serves to start, Exposure clearly has some serving targets in mind. They're going after that with some intention. And, Ramblers going to have to pass the ball first if they want to run their offense. Double block, Carlson uses it. And I'll be honest, I just kind of did a mental check when I say they have targets in mind. They got the better piece of every single passer with the last 3 serves. So I think right now, just hit whoever's available and just put aggressive serves in. Duarte to float. Good pass by Mushikian. And Lurich dug on the D-ball by Rattray. Mather with a big swing, but dug by Lurich. Hubbard Neal easily read. Rattray's going to take second ball. And a nice double block once again. Langston Payne and Sullivan control the outside. That's the second block already for the duo going right. Little hand pass by Carlson. And he's able to chisel that one off of Lurich. Mather with a roll shot, picked up by Gomez, great pass. Hubbard Neal, one-on-one, bests Carlson. Hubbard Neal saved there. That one was going long, it looked like. Blue Ridge dug by Keegan. Carlson forced a tip. Easy read for Sullivan. Blue Ridge is the option once again. Punched it through. Keegan playing great defense. Does not get the second touch, though. Right now, Tim Luridge is having a stellar start. Playing great defense, back row, blocking well, and some fantastic offensive contributions as well. 9-5, exposure wasting no time.
Really a great start by Southern Exposure, obviously playing with a lot on the line, and this is exactly as you would expect them to come out of the gates here, fast and aggressive, and you like to see that.
Quick callback to event number 1. They were up 2-0 over the Ramblers until a reverse sweep that took it in 5 sets for the Ramblers. Hubbard Neal sends that one long. Score 6-9 for John Carlson. Quick run to the middle, stellar set there. Derek Sullivan performing exceptionally well. Last couple events, he's had some mishandles here and there, but right now he is finding his guys. Tight pass, Keegan Best Mushikian. Wiped off the hands there, a good bailout. Manugian sending that one over. Carnegie goes for the aggressive serve, sends it long, good communication from Exposure. They just let it go. High set to Rattray, jams that one up off the top. Keegan jumps, good up by Gomez. Out of system, free ball coming in here. And Rattray once again using all that size. Gets another chance here. Gomez keeping it alive. And Lou Rich free balls it for a third time. The Ramblers struggling to take good care of it. Rattray trying to end the rally but unable to do so. Challenge coming through. They're saying that one was in. Nice blocking control to continue extending the rally over there for Southern Exposure, slowing Rattray down 3 times in a row. I don't know if Rattray was, over approached that ball, faking something. I don't know what the point of that approach was. But not sure if it was also causing some confusion for the back row guys. But we will soon find out. So this challenge, they're saying the ball goes over Rattray and lands in the court. Initial call was out. Might be a bit tough to, it's this ball right here. So this, This is going to be the angle to show us. Man, that's tough. This goes to ball compression. That looks like it's in.
Yeah, it does look like it in because
looks like
of
it's
that
going to be in.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a challenge that goes the way of Southern Exposure, and that's going to be 12-8. Mushikian targeting Rattray, and he gets the set here. It goes through Uchena's hands, those two former teammates in Spain 2 years ago. Always love the friendly banter. They're very competitive with each other, yet extremely supportive. Rattray getting a chance to swing on the right there, his natural position. Sends that one long again. The Ramblers continue struggling to serve here. No surprise to anyone. They're very aggressive on the service line, so when it's going their way, a lot of pressure generated. And when it's not, I guess just good communication makes for easy serve receive.
It certainly does.
Backside to Mather, covered by Manoogian. Mather gets another swing here, and this one goes down the line, scores that one, utilizing the mismatch in size against Hubbard Neal. Mushikian with a great pass. Hubbard Neal looks for some hands, but nobody home. That one's going to go wide. Ramblers down by 2 now with Duarte to serve. Duarte with the float, tight pass, dumps. Carlson read it, but Sullivan out executes the block there and funnels that one through. 14-11 Exposure. That was one of the things last year in Sullivan's inaugural season in 2021 that made him so notable. But once teams kind of figured it out that that's what he really likes to do as a 6'5" setter, they started to sit on it a little bit more and became less effective. So nice to see that one punching through there for him. Unfortunately, not quite as effective as the missed serve that followed. Mather with some side spin, hits the line, gets the ace. That's an aggressive serve right there from the top scorer in the Danish League in 2022. Moves the tape out of the way there. Exposure out of system, but a nice bump set. And a tip over the top. Bests the triple block of the Ramblers. Quick set to the middle, big kill for Carnegie answering back.
Langston Payne once again through the middle, hammering that ball high off the hands. That brings us to our technical timeout with Southern Exposure clinging to that 2-point advantage. Stick with us. We'll be right back after this.
Back into the action, Langston Payne finds a nice serve, but a good pass means Rattray swinging high off the hands of Lurich. Ramblers have been able to kind of shore up that 4-point deficit here over the last bit of the game, and they're down by 1 now. Float serve from Carnegie, perfect pass. Perfect execution, Uchenna Ofoha getting the kill there.
That's something the Southern Exposure has to do throughout this match. Set Uchenna Ofoha, especially in the seams when the pass is there. Let him get up early and attack that ball.
Lurich over rotates on that one, sends it wide. Keegan with the jump serve, tight pass. Ofoha's the option once again. Right now, the serve receive from Exposure is exactly where they need it, getting the middles involved early and often.
Set the middle, Nick.
Yeah, it's the
Set
answer.
the middle right now. Uchenna Ofoha can possibly take this match over through the middle for Southern Exposure. As long as the passing is there, him and then Sullivan have a great connection. Got to capitalize on that.
Rattray gets a back set, kept alive, free ball coming over. Carlson gets the back row attack. Mushikian now, and that's gonna be put away. Exposure sees the back row attack and says, watch us do it our way.
Eddie Mushikian flying out of the back row. Great opportunity for him to get his feet to the ball, and then he gets up high and hammers that through the block for the big point in transition that time.
Perfect pass. Mather swinging deep and hard. That one's deflected out the back. Man, Sullivan is touching everything right there, and that talks exactly why you love to see a setter with so much size. The blocking presence, as well as it really enables the connection with the middles. You're just up as high as they are. Really minimizes errors. Nice pass by Gomez. And a back one attempt, but Carlson reads it like a book, steps in, shuts it down. Point for the Ramblers, down by 1 once again.
Good disciplined block by Carlson, realizing it's a front row setter, and Southern Exposure not utilizing the D attack out of the back row.
Back set to Lurich on the D ball, deflected. That one's just wide. Duarte not able to get a handle on it. Ofoha leaves that one short. Spencer Anderson is a serving substitution here for Duarte. Just kisses the net on the way by. Carnegie deflects it back. Langston Payne sets to the outside, and Hubbard Neal has to set that one over. Carnegie scores in transition. A little jammed up there on top of Keegan, but the two work it out.
Well, that's what the Ramblers have to do. They've got to activate Carnegie through the middle, especially in transition. Langston Payne is there, but not able to handle the block and defensive responsibilities when you have so many hitters coming back at you.
It's been a very pin-centric offense so far from the Ramblers. They've got to clean up their defense to get the middle activated. Rattray bails out Payne. That ball is heading way long, but gets a touch on it. Serving substitution with Andrews will be undone. That move was able to score them one real point. But now Sullivan rotates to back row, meaning Lurich front row. Rattray with a low pass, one-handed set, high off the block, no one to bring it back. Man, that was a heck of a set from Keegan. Both of these setters are the two setters to represent the American Conference in the All-Star event after this one, so you're seeing some of the best in the business over here. Nice pass by Hubbard Neal. Tip over the top. Back set, Carlson has to correct it, and that one goes over. Keegan cannot keep that one alive. 22-21, big point for Exposure. Well, the Ramblers are going to hope to slow down a little bit of the magic there. Exposure coming out fierce in the later part of this game. Currently sitting on a 1-point lead. If they get a good pass, you can almost guarantee it's going to Carnegie in the middle. There's the pass, there's the middle, there's the kill. Textbook.
Maybe you should go to Vegas, Nick.
Yeah. Take my boys while I'm on the way, huh?
Any other predictions you want to make that'll pay off?
I don't know. I'd love to say Ramblers come back, but that's a little bit of bias right now. I think Exposure's riding a little bit of the highs, and I think Ramblers is kind of finding some points here and there, but we'll just have to see as this unfolds. Lurich gets an opportunity right now. High swing off the corner. Carlson lays out a little flipper dig in the back, and now Rattray puts it down, and that's going to hit the court. John Carlson with a heroic dig. One of the best we've seen all weekend.
Could not have come at a better time for the Las Vegas Ramblers.
That's going to be a timeout now as the tides are turning. Exposure calls a timeout. We'll be right back. Well, I was a little apprehensive about saying, the Ramblers are going to come back and finish this one. But, man, Carlson laying out for a point like that gets the boys a little bit fired up. And that's what's been missing on that side of the court, a little bit of this sense of urgency, it feels like.
Yeah, that was a big play and a big celebration afterwards to take that 1-point advantage now.
Nice pass from Hubbard Neal, going all the way across the pin. Carlson tries again, cannot find it. Mushikian siding out efficiently.
Eddie Mushikian, one of the most undersized outside hitters in all of the NVA. But a kid can jump, he's got some range, and he is dangerous from the left side for Southern Exposure.
Certainly is. That'd be a funny duo to see him and Alvaro Hidalgo. A lot of firepower there between those two.
Yeah.
Lev Gershfeld in on a substitution for a serving sub. Gets a good result. Rattray is the option, triple block. Gershfeld gets a touch, but no dice. Rattray effectively siding out, bringing the Ramblers to set point at 24-23. And the substitution will be undone. And now the Ramblers are going to utilize the serving substitution. That's going to be Ryan Schickling coming in for Carnegie. Looking for Schickling to hit a serve in and play some defense. One of the best defensive players on the Ramblers. A good role player, had a solid match for himself yesterday.
Very solid match.
Targets Johnny Gomez, a little questionable on that one. But the Ramblers were able to keep it alive. Keegan swings off of Ofoha, and that's going to do it. The Ramblers make it happen. And that's going to be it. 25-23, set number 1 concludes. A little bit of a discussion before we just called this one right now. I'm not exactly hearing a lot of discussion because it went off Ofoha outside the pin. And so, sorry, it went inside the pin.
So let me help you out here, Nick.
Yes.
Okay, right. Uchenna Ofoha blocked the ball back to the Ramblers side, right? But it was going out of bounds.
Right.
And what Eddie Mushikian did is he reached under the net to try to bring it back. But it would have been out. He did bring it back, but it was outside the antenna.
Right.
Which makes it an unplayable ball.
There you go.
Point goes to the Ramblers. Ramblers takes it.
I understand it when I see it. My mouth is incapable of speaking the words, so I'll speak this plainly and clearly. Set number 1, Ramblers, 25-23. We'll be right back. right, time to get back into the action. Southern Exposure now. This is the gut check. They looked great all set long. They kind of slowly lost that 4-point lead as, just a point here and a point there. But just seeing what they're able to get done, see if they can answer back. That was kind of an abrupt ending, just the way there was all that discussion. But, just, Ramblers kind of surged back, took it over, and game ended. Looking on both sides, no changes on the side of the Exposure. On the side of the Ramblers, Joel Auerkamp replacing Ryan Mather. High ball to the outside. Mashikian with a high swing, doing a nice job right there. Utilizes every bit of his stature to get that point going over Carnegie and Keegan. Great pass by Manugian, and Rattray hammers that into the corner. Hubbard-Neal with some good service pressure there.
Yeah, that was a big serve from Tyler Hubbard-Neal for Southern Exposure, but Manugian, a very good passer, obviously. That's why he's wearing the libero jersey.
107 USA liberos that lands contracts overseas. Just finished a season in Romania. Well, Carnegie drops it short. Targeting Payne. Payne passes for himself, but he's dug by Carnegie. Bump set from Auerkamp and a recycle for Rattray. Now Auerkamp first swing off the cold set one, finds the middle of the net. Keegan now to jump. Good pass. That means, outside. But Joel Auerkamp, one-on-one, no problem for him. A good adjustment there for the Ramblers. Surprised that didn't go to Ofoha, but I think that's kind of what they had established. And they got the one-on-one opportunity, and that's really all you can ask for your middles, for your outside hitter there. So I don't dislike the set. Better blocking move. And now Joel Auerkamp able to very disciplined not net on that one. Kind of close fist, quick punch, and makes the point easy off of a great overpass from Keegan.
Yeah, good awareness there by Joel Auerkamp to be ready for that overpass. Takes care of business.
Ofoha buries that into zone one. Nice cutback over the shoulder. Great serve receive, makes great swings happen easily. Ooh, that one's left short by Lurich. Oh, Rattray, big aggressive toss. Leaves that one short. Still on a 1-point lead. Good pass from Manugian, a little bit of movement required. Carlson just chisels that one into the corner. Smooth operator there.
Smooth operator indeed, Nick, and a nice change of pace that time by John Carlson.
Quick look back at the serving from set number one. Exposure had 5 serving errors for no aces, while the Ramblers had 1 ace for 3 errors. Unfortunately, that's already 2 errors stacked on here, but they did get an overpass, so kind of maintaining the same par for the course, it looks like, in terms of effectiveness. Ofoha now to float. Tight pass by Carlson. Covered by Manoogian. Auerkamp brings it back. Knigge step close off the net, jumping backwards.
Creativity right there by Knigge in the middle. Gets his foot to the ball to step close, a little backward step close, and gets the unconventional kill that time and point for the Ramblers.
It certainly is a product of Vassar in New York. D3 program. Won the Spanish Superliga in 2021 and returned to the team in 2022. And Joel Auerkamp there cranks the ace out, a product of the UCSD program. The 30-year-old now a firefighter down in San Diego during his daytime job and continues to train with the boys. Sends that one just long. Oh, high ball here, Manoogian, a bit out of sorts. Rattray, step close, and there he goes, scoring from 25 feet. Joel, quick read there to help out, and good kill for Rattray. Southern Exposure getting picked apart a little bit. Carlson, big toss. Great pass by Gomez, one-on-one, but slowed down in a good dig by Manoogian. Now Rattray gets the swing, Mushikian all over it. But there was a lot of extra effort on that one. Liquid effort right there, and slips through the hands of Sullivan. Ramblers are rolling now, 10-6, a 4-point lead. Kisses the tape, but Gomez gets a pretty good ball there. Lurich dug by Joel Auerkamp, and now Rattray swings into zone one, putting points away. And that's going to be a quick timeout with a 5-point deficit. They've got to take a timeout for exposure before this gets out of hand. We'll be right back. Time to get back into the grind here. Southern Exposure, they were just, they were really looking special there. The way that they were just kind of coming out explosive, great defense, great blocking, and it's continuing here, but it's just not going their way. So this is really going to be a gut check to see if they're able to maintain this presence and keep battling with the Ramblers. But right now, the Ramblers clicking on all cylinders, playing some great defense. It's a lot to overcome. Easy pickup from Manoogian on the tip. Knigge, sharp swing, does not like the move he gets on that, but a nice double block from Exposure forces him wide. High ball there, backside to Auerkamp. Auerkamp blocked back. Langston Payne delivers the Payne. Nice double block set by Mushikian. No cover available there. Sorry about that. I was resolving a little bit of technical issues on my end, but that's a huge kill out of the middle from Carnegie, getting up over that double block. That was one of the things this Rambler team really was missing last year. It's just a reliable offensive threat in the middle, and Matt Carnegie has delivered that for this team brilliantly. Good pass by Hubbard Neal. Bit of a, spinning set there, but once again, no reason to call it. Setting your own guy. Let the boys play on. Langston Payne finally getting a hold of the serve he's been looking for. And Duarte takes the swing. Chaos ball coming in. Langston Payne lays out. Free ball from Hubbard Neal. Rattray inside route and no one home. Excellent effort there. Langston Payne laying out. That kitty, that set favorably called the kitty for Rattray. Myself and Keegan. It's a San Diego classic developed at Mount Carmel High School back in 2010 when I was there. I found out 7 years later when both of those guys joined the squad, they still called it that. So it was kind of a funny nod back to something that my high school setter and I started.
You want to hear a funny story? I played with a former Mount Carmel High School setter.
Yes, you did.
Way back in the day. I don't know if they called it the kitty back then or if they even ran the kitty.
Yeah.
But Josh Lukens, if you're out there and watching,
my
hope
mom
you're well.
and his mom play together still. Shout out to Sonia.
Sonia Lukens.
Yep, playing with my
crew.
mom still several days a week. 60s, no problem. My mom plays more than most guys in the NVA weekly. Set outside here. Big dig by Lou Rich. Mushikian throws it back in, and they're going to get another chance here. Back row, Carlson hammers it. Uchenna all over it, but just can't find that hand. Point for the Ramblers, 15-10. Gomez just playing an aggressive game of keep the balloon off the floor. Mushikian, oh, chaos ensues. Auerkamp, the lefty. Wow, there's too many things going on there for words to describe. So just go ahead and watch that one back on YouTube and enjoy it for what it's worth. Definitely got the advantage having a lefty opposite there. That put ball on his arm. Rattray puts that one into the net, but Matt, our story all weekend long has been when you build yourself a 6-point lead, every single one of your servers can absolutely just go after it. So Rattray unafraid to do so there. Mushikian typically a float server. See if that's what he opts for, but instead goes for the big jump serve, see if he can generate some momentum. Ooh, but the momentum comes off the back of Hubbard Neal and Ofoha. Massive double block on a fantastic blocking read. Mushikian now getting an ace down the line, targeting Carlson. Well, they were, it's an easy thing to think that he might be going for some of those safer serves there afloat to give his guys a chance to play, but he decides to grip it, rip it, and go after some serves instead. Well rewarded for it as well so far. Does it again, tight pass, kept on this side. Josh Duarte gets the kill. Brandon Rattray all over that pass. And now a serving substitution. Ryan Schicklin coming in to replace Josh Duarte. Gomez the target once again for Schickling. Lurich on the D-ball, dug by Rattray. And Hubbard Neal able to just slam that one down. Auerkamp trying to find a move, not able to do so. Ryan Schickling 2 times as the serving sub there, targeting Johnny Gomez. But bit questionable there. Double sub coming in. Spencer Andrews and Ryan Mather going to go ahead and replace Michael Keegan and Joel Auerkamp. With a 5-point lead, the Ramblers trying out some different personnel, getting the guys back on the court. Spencer Andrews uses the serving sub in the first set, now coming in as the setter himself. Good block touch, slows it down. Andrews to Rattray on the pipe to start it off. Rattray wants that one back, gets an over attack, back row violation.
Tricky set to throw in there for Spencer, especially as his first attempt off the bench, is the timing of that big attack is so precise.
Carlson now the option. Down the line, Doug tried to be tracked down. Exposure not able to do so. A lot of time spent between Carlson and Andrews working during the offseason to kind of dial that in. So that's one of those connections that while Keegan was overseas in Spain, those two were back home still just really developing that. And that's one of the advantages you get with having a variety of guys to run your offense. Carlson coming back with a lot of heat. Double block is a double big problem there for the outside Lurich. That's a big boy block there with Mather and Carnegie going to the pin. Perfect pass, great execution. Langston Payne gets it done. Tyler Hubbard-Neal leaving that one short. Definitely a little bit of pressure felt by Exposure to continue serving aggressive as this one is slipping away, 22-16.
Well, it's always important to serve aggressive, but when you're down by 4 or 5 points, you've got to make sure you put it in the court.
Yeah.
Or else you're not going to be able to score any points to come back. Wow.
Wow. That's as scary as a hybrid serve as you're going to see. That thing has just got pace on it.
I don't even know what was really a hybrid about that other than the two-handed toss. That was a straight jump serve. I mean, that ball had some pretty wicked spin on it, and the two-handed toss utilized that time by Carnegie was right on point.
And now he switches it up, tries to go short, but Gomez was ready for that one. Swing wide, Mather and Duarte with a well-formed block, and that's going to take us to set point, 24-16. Oh, Exposure, sigh of relief as Carnegie catches the line on that one. Well, Langston Payne certainly got an adventure ahead of him. Starts off with a good jump serve, but in system means Carlson gets an attack from the back row. Sent over, a little bit of collision. It's got to just be reset. But Duarte making quick work of that, going to zone 1 over the shoulder, and that's going to do it in set number 2, an 8-point win, 25-17. Ramblers taking care of business. We'll be right back for set number 3. All right, Matt, we are getting back into the action here. Las Vegas Ramblers leading 2-0. Southern Exposure keeping the same lineup. They're feeling good about the way they're playing, and frankly, I don't blame them. It's just some small things here and there, and even though it was an 8-point win, the way in which they're playing the game feels pretty dang good. When I look across the net over at the Las Vegas Ramblers, they're going back to the same way they started set number 1. Ryan Mather back out for Joel Auerkamp, but would not be surprised to see Coach Monterola using that 6-2 sub once again, utilizing Spencer Andrews and Joel Auerkamp, using Ryan Schickling potentially as a sub later in this set, or just keeping him as a serving substitution option to get one of the middles out of rotation later on during the set. But we'll have to keep an eye as we dive back into it. A little bit of housekeeping getting resolved. Getting into the action here, Duarte with a nice pass. Lurich with a big swing and a big approach line. Gets it done. Nice point for Exposure to start this one off.
That's a big swing by Lurich from the left side. Haven't seen him get a lot of attempts over there as the opposite hitter in rotation 1, but he blasts that one off of Mather's hands up into the rafters. Mather getting a little extra love to the elbow after that one.
Carlson out of system, but an easy dig for Gomez. Lurich gets another chance, delivers, little chisel. Catches Keegan a bit flat-footed there. 2-0 Exposure. I really like to see how well they're answering back. Sometimes this feels like Exposure of old to me, where it was like it didn't matter how hard they got hit, they just kept battling and they kept battling. And throughout the early part of the season, it felt like at times they kind of folded when you wanted them to step up, and they're still battling it out here. So see how they'll able to continue. Dig after dig from the overpasses, and now a tip over the top picked up by Manoogian. Carlson chisels it off, but an easy dig for Sullivan. And now Hubbard Neal with a gather step. Manoogian more than ready, and now Mather punches that one through. Oh my goodness. 2 overpass digs against Ryan Mather and Matt Carnegie. Put your helmets on, boys. That is an impressive feat.
Yeah, some big defensive plays from Southern Exposure. However, Uchenna Afoha not able to get his hands over the net on that Mather attack from the right side. So the Ramblers still get the side out.
Mather with an absolute monster serve. Too much heat for Hubbard Neal.
Yeah, that was an absolute missile of a jump serve from Ryan Mather.
Set to the middle, Ofoha all over that one. Float from Ofoha. Mather not able to get an approach there, sends it over, taking Lurich out. Carnegie blocks it with his face. Rattray now to Carlson. Carlson swings, blocked back. Massive move from Langston Payne, and Lurich feels like set one all over again with the control at the net from Southern Exposure. Easy pass for Rattray, high swing, oh my gosh. Matt Carnegie buries that well inside the 3-meter line, almost over top of Langston Payne.
Matt Carnegie just coming in and absolutely unleashing on that set from Keegan.
Just went long there. Missing that one, not by too much. Nice pass from Manoogian. Goes back to Carnegie. Cuts that one short. Going over to zone 2 there. Hubbard Neal getting a bit of an out-of-system ball here, but Mushikian swinging aggressively. Now Mather on the D-ball. Lurich with a stab. Rattray with the finish. Overpasses on the net is everything Ramblers love to see in this match here. They're just hammering these balls that are scrapping back over. Back set to Lurich, swings long, no hands. Moving the tape, there's a lot of spin coming on that one. Skips off Mushikian. Kaneki goes back for it, but considering he's gotten 2 aces there on that serve so far this match, definitely a good serve to be missing. And the Ramblers are more than okay with a 1-point lead here. Mushikian last time he was back to serve was able to pick up an ace. D-ball bangs it down the line. Mather getting aggressive with that. .50-50 ball, lots of scrapping. Derek Sullivan, though, tells Rattray, take it back, sir. This one's gonna be mine. Langston Payne, long. That serve goes long. Float from Sullivan, nice pass from Carlson. Back to Mather, and Mather once again continues the successful swings from the right side.
Yeah, Ryan Mather has been unstoppable on the right side.
It's pretty scary when you see Joel Auerkamp come in, produce the way he did yesterday, and now Ryan Mather getting the nod here and continues just the Payne train from the right side. Hubbard Neal on an inside approach. Useful chisel, and Keegan does not see that one coming. Just enough cutty there. Hubbard Neal pretty masterful control on the off speed. Set to the right side, Mather off the chest of Hubbard Neal, called down. Gomez doesn't get under that one. No disagreements. Ref and crew all over that one. Wow, Ryan Mather getting all of that one. Well fought off by Exposure, but now a chance for the Ramblers. Nice dig by Gomez. Mushikian, big swing, but an even bigger block from Carlson, Keegan, and Carnegie. The trio keeps that one alive. Mushikian had a great approach line, doing a lot of hard work. I love the aggressive swing, but the disciplined block of the Ramblers just too much. 12-9, a 3-point lead here. Mather continues, and Hubbard Neal's just fighting him off. That swing goes high and wide, misses the hands. Ryan Mather is a man on a mission. Season in Denmark gave him a lot of additional responsibility. He had a match over there that he scored, I believe it was 44 points by himself in a loss. It was a heartbreaker, but it makes you wonder what was going on with the rest of the squad.
Yeah, what was the rest of his team?
Two full sets by yourself almost. But a lot of mental growth happening for that right side over there, learning a bit more about the on-court responsibilities has definitely helped him as he's come back, continue being a critical part of this squad this year. Good pass. Carlson goes to hammer that one down, and that is in. Good solo block there from Lou Rich. And the Ramblers going to go ahead and challenge out on that. I don't think this one was particularly close. I think this one fell in by a pretty substantial amount, but they're going to use it as a little bit of a timeout and a chance to see how this one goes. Well, at the end of that review there, that one was a great call, just barely kissing the line, so well done by our officiating crew to get that right the first time, and that'll be a loss of challenge for the Ramblers as Ofoha resumes his serving run. Wow, a fantastic 1-2 tempo there. Carnegie goes up, Carlson over the top, leaving blocking responsibilities in a one-on-one situation for the side of Southern Exposure. (14-11), a 3-point lead for the Ramblers. Johnny Gomez playing an expert game of dodgeball back there as he gets out of the way. Float serve from Lurich targeting Rattray. He gets the pass back and he gets the answer. A huge swing over the top of that block. Zone 1 just detonates on that ball. Float serve from Carnegie. Langston Payne using all that height to tap that one over. And Rattray swings long, goes over the top of the block, just barely loses the handle on that. Carlson with a good pass tight. Rattray gets the set back and buries that one. And that's going to be our technical timeout. 16-13, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, 16-13, we're back. See if Exposure was able to get a little bit more centered here, as they're going to need to make up some ground. Wow, Lurich absolutely flying for that, but leaves it wide. Keegan again, just leaves that one short. Tight pass, overpass, Hubbard-Neal with the whip, puts that one away. Langston Payne's serve has continued to improve as the match has gone on. Hubbard-Neal, the recipient of that overpass. That one trickles over. Keegan helps it out on its way, and Manoogian airing one out to Rattray, who tries to swing overhead.
Just a few too many hitting errors by Brennan Rattray in this set, Nick, and it's really allowing Southern Exposure to stay within striking distance here in set number 3.
Certainly is. Langston Payne, though, tearing up the serve receive of the Ramblers right now with 2 good back-to-back serves. See if he can get it done one more time. Carlson with a perfect pass. Mather gets a touch off the top of the block, and that's going to be a point for the Ramblers.
Yeah, pretty definite touch off that. Ball came off with some funky spin.
Yeah, I was going to say, there was some confusion there. It went from top spin to side spin in a matter of a half foot. Rattray with the big toss. Tags Gomez. Sullivan loses the handle on that, and it's going to be a free ball. Goes very short. Ramblers have to manage, but manage they do. But they almost snuck it with that free ball there. I don't think Keegan was keeping proper track of it. Big jump serve. Gomez outside. Chisels that one off the block. Sullivan continues with the service pressure. Quick set to Carlson, gets a high hand touch. Nice dig by Mushikian though. Back row attack, and Rattray in system with a big kill. Both teams are really just putting in great defensive efforts here. Unfortunately, we really talked about just the offensive pressure from the Ramblers, just too much, nonstop.
Relentless, Nick. Just too many weapons on the side of the Ramblers for offense.
A little bit of a misconnection, but Keegan finds that one. Mather with a bump set to Carlson. Triple block. Miscommunication as that comes down. Good vision from the Concordia Eagle alumni, Carlson. Brandon Rattray subbed out for Ryan Schickling to come in, take the helm here in the last part of this at 21-17 on the back row segment here. Bring in the defensive outside. Just get him some playing time is the mindset. Duarte misses long, wide, and every which way, which means Hubbard Neal in. Someone that's very capable of generating some momentum for the Exposure squad. Carlson wastes no time. Carnegie with a tip. There's a big double block to slow him down. Kept alive there by Schickling. He sees the chaos. Ofoha swings, no block touch there, and that's going to go the way of the Ramblers. I don't know where that set was going from Keegan, but heads up play by Schickling to step in from the back row and keep it alive.
Carnegie went for the back one. Keegan went for the front one, and that's where the confusion was. Fortunately for you guys and all the Ramblers out there, Ryan Schickling was there to save the day.
Yeah. 22-18, a 4-point lead. Ryan Mather hits Hubbard Neal, who called out. He physically could not get out of the way fast enough. All right, got the double sub coming in here. That means Joel Auerkamp, Spencer Andrews. Once again, the Ramblers using everybody they got here on the bench. Just want to make sure that they keep the biggest blockers front row here. Showing Exposure some respect to make sure that they've got the best team equipped to handle the swing. But Lev Gershfeld slowed down, subbing in as a substitution there for Ofoha. And that's going to take us to match point 24-19. Las Vegas Ramblers positioned for a 3-0 sweep. And Matt, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be the fourth and final 3-0 sweep of the regular season taking place today. Carnegie block touch recycled. Auerkamp not waiting for a setter, gets it done himself. And that's going to do it. Las Vegas Ramblers, authoritative win, 25-19. Final set counts, 25-23, 25-17, 25-19. Las Vegas stepping into a new bit of comfort here in this last event as they wrap up 9-1 on the season, only falling once this season in 5 to the Texas Tyrants during event number 2. So.
Just again, Nick, just too many weapons on the Las Vegas Ramblers side. Pretty much attackers at every position of the court. Middles, right sides, left sides, back row, front row. Keegan setting the offense to a really good hitting percentage in that match. Service pressure from the inline, and really the Ramblers finding their stride at the end of the season here to carry them over into the next event in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, and I think Coach Miguel Monterola is putting himself in a great position in the sense that you watch him just messing around with lineups. He's trying different setters, different combinations with the 6'2s. He's seeing who's hitting well off of who, and none of it seemed to be a problem. Every piece felt almost interchangeable other than maybe kind of warming up for a point or two.
I think you said it right there perfectly. Interchangeability, right, of the players within the positions that they play. Joel Auerkamp or Ryan Mather, right? On the left side, Rattray, John Carlson, sometimes Jordan Hoppy, who's not here this weekend, right? Yeah. Everyone steps right in. They know the system because the system's in place. Guys can come in and effectively do their role because they know exactly what they should be doing in those given situations.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think that, you mentioned Jordan Hoppy absent, Antoine Aguillard absent, Kaveen Vaz absent as well. Like, plenty of other guys that are ready to come in and make differences as well. You know, we've got setter option with, you know, Tanner on the right side and from the Vegas side of the squad.
Right.
So they just have so much depth, and I think it's kind of a rarity to see that ready to go. But we've got the man of the match ready to go. We're going to throw it over to Noah with John Carlson. Noah, take it away.
Thank you, Nick. John Carlson here, our man of the match. And John, you just said that, I mean, way different match than it was yesterday. What changed for you?
Little change in mentality. Yesterday was just honestly, it was kind of a health thing. I was coaching all day. I mean, actually, I'm not going to give any excuses. I played poorly, should have battled through it. No excuses for yesterday. But my teammates did a great job yesterday, and they battled, and we got a win yesterday, and then was able to rally back today and get another win. So that's what matters. A check in the win column is what matters.
Playing through it, no excuses, and no excuses for this Rambler team. Shuffling some pieces, missing some guys. You stepped up and had a fantastic game, 92% passing, almost no errors in the serve or attacking game. What was flowing for you today?
Just got on the same page with both setters, and knew that I've got arms all on this team, and so my job right now is to line it up for a guy like Matt, and he's going to go bounce 10 balls. Just do my part and do my role. And when I get set, just go take a rip.
You had a play, I believe it was in the first set. It was deep corner. Ball looked like it was going down. No one was touching it. You hustled your tail off, little flipper dig, got the point. What was going through your mind when that ball was dropping?
It looked pretty far. I'm not going to lie. It looked pretty far. I was like, well, might as well go if you know. And just stuck a hand out there, hit it right off the right sweet spot of my hand, and was able to get a nice, and then Brandon got a sweet kill after that. So. But honestly, just all-out pursuit is what you got to do, and pretty much, yeah.
Finishing this season 9-1, one of the top teams in the league. How confident do you feel in your squad going into playoffs?
I'm super confident. I believe in us, and I like our team. I like our grit, and I like our mentality. So I'm excited for the postseason. I think we got a good shot, and I'll take us every day of the week.
Absolutely. John Carlson, our man of the match in our final regular season match of the day today. We have some special events coming up next, but for now I'll send it back to Matt and Nick to close us out.
Well, great to hear his bit of confidence there. And, you know, I love that Noah's asking that question just to kind of hear how guys react to it. Because there's an obvious answer, I think, but the way in which they reply to it. And I love the variety of answers we've kind of heard from the teams all weekend long as they kind of get that ticket ready to go for event number 6. So Carlson obviously confident. We've got plenty coming more your way. We're going to make this pretty quick here to wrap this one up because we are going to have a ton of fun. For anyone that doesn't know, coming up at 7 p.m. tonight, we have one more awesome match coming up. That's going to be the NVA inaugural All-Star event. So we're going to see a bunch of his guys from the national side, some of mine from the American, and that's going to be live here in just a little bit. So something to look forward to for all the fans. Tons of the best players throughout the league taking the court for a best of 5. One final bit of frosting on the cake for the night before we head into Sunday. From Matt Prosser, myself, Noah Chass on the sideline. We'll be right back here. Don't miss it. This is going to be a great match to finish the day. We'll see you then.